Thanks for clicking on the video. And so today, it's FOMC day. It's the day that the Feds either raise, lower, or keep interest rates right where they're at. And today, their announcement at 2 o'clock, yeah, it was a nothing burger. They said they were going to leave rates right where it's at. And you know what? That was the general consensus. And so, no surprise there. So, I didn't see any reason for a big movement up. But let's take a look at what the market did do. Now, most traders, they would rather not trade this day simply because you get a lot of chop, you get a lot of misdirection, but you also get a lot of big moves. And so I did capture one of those big moves, and I'm going to show you what that is. And it's nice to be on the right side when those big moves come. Now, right at 2 o'clock, you did see that the market did make this little spike up. And they would tell you, or at least, I learned a long time ago, never take that first move on this day simply because it's wrong. It's a trap, right? Wrong direction. The market usually goes in the opposite direction of that first move. And so you see that first move, you get that spike up, uh, and then they trap all the buyers, and the market starts to pull back. And we can see that right here, right? Makes you feel like the market wants to go up, but really what you see is an equal top, right? Or equal high, I should say, not top, equal highs. Now, my favorite place in the sand is that VWAP. So I'm looking for the market to come down and break VWAP, maybe retest it, and then gives me a sign that the market wants to go down from here. Because simply, there ain't no great news out of the Feds. So I'm constantly watching this, right? So you got that equal high. Don't know if I want to take it at this point. I'd rather wait for more confirmation simply because, on this day, the market likes to be tricky. And as you can see, it starts to pull down below VWAP. You get that second candle, which is a little lower, right? And now I'm starting to get interested. I'm like, yep, okay, it's doing this, right? And it just won't go. So we just got to be patient and wait. So I'm waiting, I'm watching. You could see it's trying to pull back, trying to pull back up. There's one green candle. And now I'm getting excited. Now I'm thinking you're right at my level that I want to buy some puts. So I got some puts loaded up in my active trader. So I'm just waiting. I'm thinking, okay, I'm probably going to jump in on this third candle, or maybe even the market's prime, it's ready. All right, my indicators are showing short, and so I jump into a trade. 10 contracts, right? I'm in for 10 contracts at this point, and I'm saying, okay, are you going to keep going up, or are you going to go down? So, of course, I'm just watching it. Say a little prayer. I'm watching this at this point. And you see, you start to get that lower low candles, and you start to breathe, start to feel a little better. It's like, yep, okay, so this is the start. This is where it's going. Now I start to look at my sell limit, right? Okay, is this where I think the market's going to go? I think the market's going to go down a little further, right? And so I'm willing to adjust that. Now my stop is in a good place. It's right above VWAP. I don't think we're coming to break VWAP at all with the rest of this move. I think we're at the start of this long leg down. And you can see every candle, they're selling it, right? It tries to push up, but somebody's coming in and they're absorbing the contracts and they're selling it. So I'm waiting, and I'm looking at my sell order, and I'm like, okay, yeah, I'm going to move it down. I still got time. I got time to move it down some more. Where I want to go, well, whole numbers are always good. I see some places that I can move it to, but I'll move it in increments, right? I won't be too in a hurry. Now, this is when Powell is starting to talk, and he's, reading his speech. And what happens is, once he starts to talk, the algorithms start to listen to every word that he says. And based on certain words, the algorithm will either say, hey, buy or sell. And then when he's done speaking, he opens it up for questions. And all the reporters get to ask their question. And the algorithm is listening to what they say and are listening to how the chairman responds. And just based on that, that's where you get those real big moves, because the algorithm hit a specific word and it could send the market either going up or going down. And so you can see that I adjusted my sell limit one time, right? I moved it back down to 5.99. I was like, okay, yeah, let me move it like 20 more cents. That's a good start. I was really thinking that the market was going to go further down, but I didn't want to move my my sell limit yet, right? I wanted to take the time, right? Maybe entice the market to come get this 10 contracts. And then this happens, right? This is one of those big moves.
Okay, we're looking at the options chart. So I bought the 601 puts, and I bought them for $1.87. I bought 10 contracts. That's roughly $1,087, right? That I had invested in this trade. Although I was only willing to lose a quarter, 0.25, which is roughly 250 bucks, right? $250. Now I sold them way up here at $2.57, those 10 contracts. And I could have probably, if I held, let's take a look at this. If I would have held, where would it have gone? Wow. So that's where I sold. If I would have held, it went all the way up to what, 6.8, right? 680. Now this trade for me was worth $700. Yeah, I seen an opportunity to make more than just the 50 cents, so I moved my sell limit down just a little bit to capture another 20 cents. But you know what? If I was brave enough and I would have held, let's see, what could I have made? 680, 680. We're gonna minus the 187. I could have made almost $5,000. Yep, that's the opportunity that are entwined in ODT options, right? But I'm happy with $700. So on to the next day and on to the next trade.